the Netherlands, there's been a long-standing issue with gangs targeting cash machines. However, a few years back, something new started happening. This group of criminals, known for using fast cars, particularly Audis, would dash to Germany, blow up ATMs, and then race back to the Netherlands at incredible speeds, sometimes hitting 300 kilometers per hour. These high-speed getaways often ended in police chases and tragic accidents. Since 2015, the Audi Gang has been responsible for hundreds of these explosive robberies. In the first half of 2022 alone, North Rhine-Westphalia, the German state near the Netherlands, reported a shocking 105 attacks, double the number from the previous year. The amount of money they've stolen is in the millions of euros. The media call them the Audi Gang because of their choice of cars. The group, made up of 200 to 500 members, mostly hails from Utrecht and Amsterdam in the Netherlands, with many of Moroccan descent. Interestingly, while this type of crime is on the rise in Germany, it's decreasing in the Netherlands, where only 20 such attacks have been reported in 2021. The decrease in the Netherlands is credited to efforts by Dutch and Belgian banks since 2013, making it harder for these crimes to succeed. The Dutch Banking Association, NVB, notes that the high chance of getting caught and the low chance of getting money have reduced the number of these crimes. But one incident in 2015 really stands out.
De politie in Amsterdam onderzoekt inmiddels een grote reeks plofkraken daar. De afgelopen 4 maanden. En vanavond nog niet eerder vertoonde beelden. Hierop is heel goed te zien hoeveel risico's de daders inmiddels nemen.
Goed, daar stopt, vluchtstroom, A27.
After a violent explosion at an ING branch ATM in Breda, an Audi sped away with 3 young men inside, heading towards Belgium. A dramatic chase ensued, with the gangsters firing at police. The pursuit ended when Belgian police used spike strips on the highway. The trio was eventually captured and faced lengthy prison sentences. In 2015, the problems of ATM bombings by the Dutch Audi Gang started spilling over into Germany, especially impacting the border states. Police in these areas noted that these suspects were fast and ruthless. It was hard to predict their next move. However, not all of their operations went smooth. One such case happened in early 2016. A group of 3 young men from Utrecht, returning from a robbery at a phone store in Unearthing, Germany, crashed their car at a high speed. 2 of them died instantly, while the third, Yassine, survived but was left paraplegic. In another incident that March, a trio in an Audi RS4 fled after bombing a Sparkasse in Meppen, Germany. They lost control, colliding with a truck and then a tree. Sadiq, a relative of Yassine, died at the scene. Kevin survived, but had to be cut from the wreckage, while the third member, Anne Ort, fled on foot, later arrested at a hotel after a cab driver tipped off the police. These accidents revealed much about the gang's operations, including names, DNA evidence, and insights into their tactics. The gang isn't structured, but consists of bandits working in fluid groups. Each member specializes in a role, like Kevin, known for stealing Audis. Their method typically involves sealing cracks in an ATM, injecting a gas mixture, and then detonating it remotely to force open the safe. Sometimes, they directly lift the control panel off the counter. The 2016 accident revealed that Anne Ort was actually Anoa Tari, related to drug lord Ridwan Tari. Anoa had been previously incarcerated for many years. He was a former kickboxer from Utrecht, suspected of ties with the macro mafia. In the criminal world, it was believed that Ridwan had distanced himself from Anoa since an explosion in Germany. However, Anoa became relevant again after his release from prison, especially in the eyes of the drug lord. He was thought to lead a network in Utrecht involved in car theft logistics. Stolen cars would be stored in sheds, fitted with new plates, and then provided to hitmen. In the case involving lawyer Dirk Versum, Anoa's team allegedly supplied cars for the murder, including performing preliminary observations of the target. There were multiple indications of Anoa's involvement, like the cars used by the hitmen for reconnaissance being found in a shed leased under a false name at Anoa's residence. Surveillance footage and photos on his phone also linked him to the crime. However, Anoa's defense argued that his involvement with the Audi Gang in arranging stolen cars for explosions didn't imply his participation in Dirk Versum's murder. Following the lawyer's murder, Anoa reportedly planned to travel abroad. His lawyers argue that he wasn't fleeing, as evidenced by his return to the Netherlands after a brief trip to Morocco. They contended that there was no proof that he knew what the vehicles would be used for. Despite suspicions, the court found insufficient evidence to confirm Anoa's awareness of the murderer's plans. Anoa was also a prime suspect in another attempted murder, where 3 hooded men attacked a man with a demolition hammer in Utrecht. Meanwhile, the Audi Gang's presence in Germany led to intense police action, resulting in many arrests. However, the problem persisted and worsened. Criminals shifted from gas to real explosives, causing more damage. By 2020, this method had increased by over 500%. These changes were likely due to enhanced security measures, like ink or paint systems that render stolen money useless. In the Netherlands, where security is tighter, these attacks were less profitable, leading the criminals to focus more on Germany. North Rhine-Westphalia was particularly affected, with frequent ATM explosions. The Dutch police's collaboration with their German counterparts led to multiple arrests, including Tariq B, whose gang was responsible for at least 15 explosions in Germany. Tariq was involved in an attempted murder during a robbery that resulted in a building fire. In 2020, Tariq's gang was discovered to have created a training center in Utrecht, ordering various ATM models to practice sophisticated bombing methods. This activity even resulted in the death of the main suspect during an experimental explosion. Europol recognizes the Audi Gang as a criminal phenomenon rather than a structured organization, requiring more effort to combat. The gang not only includes Dutch members, but also Germans who have tried to imitate their methods.
The Audi Gang represents a career model in the criminal world, offering money and prestige, but ultimately leads to a dangerous path filled with legal and moral consequences.